What are IPOs, and are they a bellwether to determine the future success of the stock market the remainder of this year and into next year? Find out more on this edition of the Video Market Update. An IPO, or an initial public offering, is when a privately held company issues shares in a public market, becoming a publicly traded company and issuing those shares to shareholders. You can buy it on the open market. The IPO market has had some struggles recently. In fact, last year, according to CNBC, was the worst IPO period of time in 3 decades. But there is some hope. There was a recent chip designer called ARM that had its IPO last week and so far has had success. As you can see from this chart here, you can see the growth that it had in its first day. IPOs are usually pretty volatile. They'll open high and then they'll drop low, and so really you're looking for long term. But Goldman Sachs, who's a major underwriter of IPOs, they help to determine the price that the shares will be issued at their first day of trading, believes that if the IPO market performs strongly the remainder of this year, along with some other analysts, that they believe the IPO market can burst onto the scene later this year and into next year. Well, why is that important? Because if publicly traded companies' stock performs well, in theory, it should lift the overall market. And so there's believed to be about 20 specific tech IPOs that may be occurring in the remainder of this year. And the performance of those is going to tell us how we think the rest of the IPO market will do next year. If it looks like companies are going public and stock prices are going up, more companies will go public, and that will accelerate and in theory would make the market drive higher. And you can see here on this chart from Yahoo Finance that it does appear that there are signs of life ahead. So just an update, as the IPO market has been pretty dampened in the last few years, but it does look like there's some optimism going forward, and that optimism could lead to a good end of the year and the beginning to 2024. So as we hear more about this and learn more about what's going on with these IPOs, we will let you know. If there's anything you're seeing in the market that you might have questions on, let me know. But it's not, as always, I hope you make it a great week.